So we're going to go over the installation of the BRT tab in the Tx22. Here it replaces the stock disconnector, which you can see here. Kind of see the differences there. And how it operates is when the trigger bar pushes up against this, it hits the plunger up in the firing pin housing, fires the gun, and then since the trigger bar can go past this, the slide knocks this back down. When you let off the trigger, it resets. On the aftermarket one, since it's longer here, it goes up and the trigger bar never goes past it. So when the slide comes across and rakes right here, it's forcing the trigger bar back forward, causing it to reset. So this one's already installed, so watch my finger. The slide slicks across and it forces the reset. And then when the slide comes back forward, since you're already pulling pressure on the trigger, it fires. And that's how it's not full auto, because you are technically pulling the trigger every time. So how do we install this? You're going to need a 1 16th punch, a hammer. You might need a flat blade screwdriver to pop off the safety bar or safety levers, depending on how tight your gun is. We've shot this one a lot, so it's probably going to come apart pretty easily. If you're doing it to a brand new gun, everything's going to be a lot tighter. But I'm going to drive out this pin, this pin, this pin, and this pin to start. Alright, so we got our pins out. Now on this next step, be careful because there's a spring in here that you don't want to lose. So you're just going to lift up on your safeties, kind of pick it up, let the front come up just a little bit, but for the most part try to keep this down in the housing. Alright, so you have this bar that goes inside this channel, and then the trigger bar that hooks in there. So what we're going to do is kind of lift up, over, and then it just unhooks. And there you go. So now you're going to want to pull apart these, which, like I said, we shot the hell out of this gun, so this came apart super easy. You might have to get in here like this and ever so slightly, just very lightly, kind of pry the this end. Fits into this channel on the side that this is on, so it fits like this. So when we go back to put it in, that's the orientation that we need to be in. Anyways, so we got this pulled out. Now all you're gonna do is that pin right there. So this pin right here, we're going to drive this pin out, and then we'll be able to remove the factory disconnector, and then you can drop this one in. See how it won't just drop straight in, so you got to kind of have to go in at an angle and then rotate it in so it fits. And it should, look about like this when it's installed. If this starts trying to come apart on you, because this pin will try to start walking while you're hammering it out, just put a little pressure to get it to line back up and squeeze it back together, and it slides right in, no big deal. And then you just go in reverse order. So when we go to put it back in, put these and snap that together. You're going to hook that there, get this in the channel, boom, drops in, and then drive your pins back in Catches feel smooth. Now make a function test. Watch my finger. Ready to go.